Hey, what's up? This is Scott with Level Up Tutorials, and in this video we're going to be giving a bit of an introduction into what Figma is, why you might want to use it, and what it offers that is totally unique to Figma. In addition, we're also going to get it installed and open it up and basically show you Figma. So let's get started right now. So in this series, I'm going to be going over all of Figma's major features and showing you a lot of great tips and tricks along the way. You might be confused, you might not know exactly what Figma is capable of or what it is even. And so in this video, I'd like to answer sort of the what and why of Figma, and we'll get started with it. Basically, Figma is a great design application. It's cross-platform, so you can use it on Windows, Mac, and Linux, or even in the browser. And the actual native download versions are available for Windows or Mac. It's an app that would replace things like Sketch or Illustrator, or even some user prototyping applications, which we'll get into exactly what these prototyping features in Figma are, but they're pretty darn awesome. So if you head to figma.com, you can see exactly a lot of these features. There's a whole section on features. What sets Figma apart from the others is sort of the collaboration and team environment of it all, in addition to some really excellent features that are just growing all of the time. So for instance, collaboration on a file, as you can see in this little animated video here, is really super easy. Multiple people are working on the same design. You can actually even leave comments and have things marked to be resolved. You can copy CSS directly out of this application. And one of the cool things about this app that I really like is how they handle components, which are analogous to Sketch's symbols, where you can create your sort of library of your own components, right? However, these components can be shared across your team, across projects, across files, and they can be extended and elaborated on really super easy. In fact, we're going to be going over a lot of stuff regarding components within Figma. We're going to just talk about why they're so awesome, because they are certainly awesome. So you want to head to figma.com, and what you can do here is you can either sign in or sign up if you're going to be using the browser version, or we can actually grab the downloadable versions. If you just head to the bottom of this page and select downloads, it'll give you the option here to download the installer for the desktop app or the Windows app. In addition, if you're going to be using this in the browser and you want all of your local fonts to show up, you're going to want to go ahead and download the font installers as well. Now, keep in mind, there's also this Figma mirror for iOS and for Android, which is an excellent thing. Figma definitely prioritizes cross-platform stuff. So you actually have a mirror app for Android instead of only for iOS, and the app works on Windows instead of only OS X. Now, the videos in this series are all going to be done on a Mac. However, everything should be applicable on a Windows computer as well. So let's go ahead and click Desktop App. I'm going to grab the one for Mac OS, and we can get that downloaded. Now, as you can see, we've just gotten a Figma app that we can go and drag to our applications. I already have this installed, so I'm not going to bother, but it's really easy. We don't have to run any sort of installers, just sort of drag this to our applications, and we're ready to go. So let's pop open Figma and see what happens when we load it up. Okay, so as you can see here, we're greeted with a sign-in form. I'm going to enter my information to sign in. If you do not have an account already, you're going to want to go ahead and click the Create Account button. A free basic account is free, and you can use that to really do anything you'd like to do in Figma. So as you can see here, I have logged in and I have a whole bunch of designs here. You will be greeted with some of these designs. Some of these are ones that I've been working on a whole bunch already. We have things like sample files. We have this Figma keyboard shortcuts if you pop this open. Now here you can actually see the real Figma keyboard shortcuts in an actual document that, well, is totally editable and viewable just like any other document, which I found to be a really cool way to give off some of the features of Figma here, is to include a file that's not only useful in seeing how files work, but also useful with the information it contains. Okay, so here you can see that this opened this file in a new tab up top for us. We can close this tab and head back to our file browser. And our file browser is basically the main page of Figma here, where you'll see all of your recent files, drafts, deleted files, your team stuff, any sort of files that you've shared amongst your team or projects that you shared amongst your team. You can see I have a whole bunch of random stuff in here. You may even recognize the Level Up thumbnails. This is where I design my thumbnails, as well as do design concepts for the Level Up site. So as you can see, I actively use Figma all the time. It's my main design application at this point, and I really super enjoy it. So if you want to follow along in the next video, we're going to talk about the interface of Figma, sort of overview of what's going on and where you can find things, especially if you're coming from another design application. I'll be doing a lot of sort of analogous to Sketch sort of things, showing you what you can find where, because Figma, although it is the same in a lot of ways, however, the interface is different in some key ways, and you're going to want to know where to find everything. So fire up the next video where we go over exactly where to find everything in Figma's interface. If you would like to get this entire series, Master Figma, become the master of Figma, you want to head to store.leveluptutorials and purchase this entire series, or become a Level Up Pro. As a Level Up Pro, you get access to stream all of the content on the site. And there's a whole bunch of free exclusive series, and there's going to be more exclusive series every single month on all sorts of design and development topics. So as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.